All right. So sixth grade had no real questions. So seventh grade, I'm gonna go through. This was the only question that I think Gracie you had for me, right? You want to unmute yourself and let me know what you were what you was asking about for the second part. Okay. So first question is: Are if everybody's okay with understanding the interquartile range, essentially all that you're doing is you're taking this, which is the third quartile, and you're taking this, which is the first quartile, and all you do is 80 minus 62, and you get that the interquartile range, which has this abbreviation IQR, that's going to just be 18. Okay, so that's all that you get for that's all you have to do for the first one. Like, so hopefully that's the easier one. Um, right, that's fine. And then the second one is interesting because it says here's all of this data that it gives you, right? So it gives you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 points of data. And then it also gives you these other two pieces of data that you're supposed to add into these original 10. Okay? So the trick is that you take these 10 numbers and then you also add in 55 and 67 to them. Okay, so you're adding 2 more points of data to that. And anytime you have to do a box plot, okay, anytime you're supposed to do a box plot, step 1 is to always go in order from least to greatest. Okay, least to greatest. So I'm going to list out all 12 of these numbers in order from smallest to greatest. So 39 is going to be first, and I always write it out and then just cross things out as I go. So 39 is the smallest, and then after that it goes up to 55 and 55. So then there's 2 copies of 55. Okay. And then you just keep going. You've got 62 is next. You then have 65, 67, 70, 77, 79, 80, 86, and then 107. And then I always like to do a recount to make sure that I have them all done. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, I like to make sure that I've got all of the numbers and that I didn't forget anything. So 7th grade, are you with me on taking those 2 new points of data and adding them into the original 10? So like you had 10 points and then they're like, okay, here's 2 more. And now you need to, in order to do a box plot, there are 5 things that you need, okay? It's also been called a 5-number summary. Okay, is another word for it. And 6th grade, you've done some of these too, so I guess this is a little bit valuable for you, yeah. So your 5-number summary uses 5 different points of data. So if you're doing this, you've got a minimum, a maximum, and then you also have a first quartile, which I'm just going to list as 1Q, and you have a third quartile, which is your third quartile, 3Q, and then you also have a median. And hey, that's not as hard to see on my screen as it is, or on your screen as it is on mine. Can you guys all read those okay? I know I'm using like lime green on mine, but is that okay? Okay, you guys okay with those 5 numbers that we need? So what are the first 2? The first 2 are the easy ones. What do I get for the first 2 numbers? What's the easiest answer for those? Give me a minimum and give me a maximum for each of those. Come on, 7th grade, you can chime in. You can just take a look at my screen if you'd like. Yeah, I've got it up there, right? You can see it okay? Okay, so what is your minimum and what's your maximum? Gracie, this was your question. You can unmute whenever you want, you guys. What does minimum mean? Okay. 39 and then 107. Okay. And then the first thing you actually have to find is you have to actually find the median first after that. So I always find the median if there's 12 numbers, right? You could split it so that there's 6 on each side. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 6. So these two numbers are used to find the median. And if you count on both sides, it's 6 and 6. So how do you find the number that's dead center of 67 and 70? How do you find the middle number between those two things? What do you do? Okay, so 67 plus 70 divided by 2, and then you're going to get, what, 68 and a half, I believe? I'm pretty sure it's 68.5 for that. Okay. Gracie, are you still with me? Miley, who joined in, other Miley, Miley A, you joined in, right? Do you need to, are you with me on this? Awesome. So you go find that median is 68.5, and now in order to find your first quartile, you look at the lower 6 numbers. Okay, so I'm looking at just those 6, and then you're going to find the median of those, which uses 55 and 62. Whatever's right in the middle of that is your first quartile. Okay, you add those together, and then you also get 58.5. So you end up doing 55 plus 62 divided by 2. Pretty sure you get 58.5. Okay. And then your third quartile does the same thing with 79 and 80. Your middle number of those is 79.5. So I'm just gonna, so when you redraw this in this box plot, I'm gonna actually just scratch out these numbers because these are the only ones that change, right? I'm just gonna pretend that you've drawn this with the right numbers involved. You've still got a minimum of 39, so that's still there. You've still got a maximum of 107. Your new first quartile, which you'd put it in the right spot, unlike this one, is now 58.5. So this is now 58.5. Okay, that's your first quartile is now 58.5. Let me get rid of that. Okay, you see how that quartile is at 58.5, and of course you would redraw this on your paper because you're not lazy like me. And then your new third quartile can still be pretty close to there. It's now 79.5. Okay. And then your new median is now 68.5. So it's just going to be a little bit lower than it is currently. Why am I talking, daughter? It's because I'm trying to help people with math.
But why are you talking in the camera?
Oh, why am I talking in the camera?
Yes.
Well, she wants, I'm talking to the camera because there's students there. They're asking me for help. Or kind of. 68.5 here.
Can I do something?
What do you want to do? You want to say hi to them? You can come over and say hi again. You can't color on my computer right now.
No, color on the other computer.
On this computer? You can't color on here because students are getting help on here. All right, did that answer the question, you guys, on the how to do that?
Hey, can I draw something? Can I draw what's my face, Daddy?
Was it a Khan Academy video or just like a Google video of box plots? Gotcha. Yeah, Khan Academy is pretty good. It's just not the, you know, it's not the best, but it's also not too bad. So, all right. Hey, Aaron, I see you joining there. Do you have 8th graders? Do you guys have any, or whoever you guys are? Whichever group's in here right now. 7th graders? Yeah, here, kid. I'll do this for you.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. 7th graders, do you guys have any other questions? I see Araya, you joined in.
Daddy. Hey, Dad.